Hey guys, this is Illusionist. Hey guys, this is Illusionist Jason. Hey guys, this is Illusionist Jason Bishop. I am back with another piece of magic. Now, in this case, we're checking out an unusual piece that's gonna look like it's a camera trick, but it is definitely not a camera trick. In fact, it was actually popular on stage before photographic film was even widely available. Some pieces of magic are just okay, some are good or great, but others are completely exceptional. And I think that this piece of magic is completely exceptional. I can tell you, as odd as it sounds, if you're not paying attention, even the people performing an illusion like this can occasionally be fooled by it. It's actually a very weird feeling. It's very cool and funky. But before we get started, I've been a professional illusionist since before Taylor Swift had her first breakup. I performed for colleges and theaters across the United States, been featured on national and international television, and had 2 successful shows and runs in New York City. And now, in between shows, rehearsal, traveling, working on new magic, and getting destroyed online in Call of Duty, I pull up videos like this and I give you some thoughts on them as a professional illusionist. Now, what we're about to see actually started to show up in its modern form in London in 1862. The following year, it was actually patented. After that, it just started to blow up in major cities and theaters in Paris, Glasgow, London, even New York City. This particular version that you're about to see, I believe, was a recreation for the Los Angeles Conference of Magic History in 1995 and was broadcast on a TV special the following year. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. The Blue Room Illusion. Here we go.
It's almost impossible to understand the fear that a London theater audience felt in 1878 as they watched a ghost first shimmer to life from thin air. The curious sat in awe as the Blue Room's mysterious transformations took place near the back of the stage. Some people left the theater convinced they'd seen a miracle, others the work of the devil. Only the recent discovery of lost cryptic notes allowed magicians to recreate this love story that mesmerized and yet terrified Victorian viewers. Without any camera tricks, the illusion is presented here for the first time on TV. Keep your eyes on the Blue Room.
So that is the Blue Room illusion. Obviously, it's remarkable, amazing. I know people in the comments below are probably going to be saying that it's a camera trick or something like that. It is absolutely not a camera trick. You can perform illusions like that on stage, although it is a little bit challenging and difficult. Like I said, I did tour with a piece that is based on the same methodology of that. It was certainly something that people enjoyed and was a standout piece within my show. It was a little bit more challenging than some of the other illusions that I performed in my show, but you know, so what? And that's what I think is kind of inspirational about a piece like that, is that sometimes you see magicians take their magic so far, they do a trick that is so challenging. And for a lay audience, an audience that doesn't know a lot about magic, when they look at an illusion like that, they just go, that's a great illusion, that's amazing. And part of the reason that I think they say that is because it probably is a great illusion, but also they haven't seen it a lot because it's so difficult that most magicians just won't go out of their way to do something super duper difficult, because it's difficult. Most of us try to avoid doing things in life, in our jobs, in our general life, that are really difficult, and magicians, you know, are no different that way. So it takes an exceptional magician like David Copperfield or Siegfried and Roy or some of Derek DelGaudio's work, frankly. I remember seeing his show and being impressed with how far he took his magic, how far he was willing to go. Again, David Copperfield, how far he is willing to go with his magic to create the illusions that he wants to create for his audience. Now, the woman playing the harp there, that was actually Tina Leonard, and Tina Leonard is a real magician. She's also a harp player. She used to play the guitar as well when she was younger, and she was a mime. Fun fact, her husband is actually an accomplished magician and magic historian by the name of Mike Caveney. But Tina Leonard has an exceptional act where she plays this cleaning woman who interacts with a mop, and the mop comes to life. It's very interesting. I really like that act from back in the day. I haven't seen a ton of her material, but that is one act that she's really well known for. I believe she was also Magician of the Year at the Magic Castle. I also find it amazing that something like that particular illusion was around in the 1860s, and actually we can even trace its history back quite a bit further than that. It just wasn't in the form that we see it today. It wasn't in theaters actually as such, and it did blow up in theaters, and so this would be included in plays or just even magic exhibitions. You've seen illusions similar to this in this show Ghost on Broadway. They utilize this same kind of methodology to create ghosts on stage and to pass through objects and things like that. And I saw that show actually on Broadway, and it is absolutely freaky when you see somebody's hand go through objects that, you know, are completely solid right on stage. So very, very cool concept. I love when I get to see it. I love this particular illusion. A lot of people don't really even realize that some magic like this actually exists in real life. They think, you know, magic is just pulling a rabbit out of a hat or doing something with sponge balls or a couple of card tricks. But there's different levels of magic via either close-up or mentalism or illusion or stand-up magic, what have you. There are definitely things at every single tier that can completely blow you away and frankly just change your perception of magic. And this can happen throughout your career at different spots. You could be in magic for 10 years and then see somebody do some methodology or technique or act or something that really does kind of change your perception of the entirety of what magic can be. As a magician, it's always exciting to get to see something that you haven't seen before or that you've read about or that you didn't think anybody would do. I think David Blaine is somebody like that. He takes these weird, esoteric, funky kinds of things that are in magic books that we all sort of used to write off, where maybe a guy would swallow lighter fluid and then he'd swallow water and then he'd spit up the lighter fluid and it would turn into, you know, big flames. We've all read about that in magic books, and most people who read this just go, oh, nobody does that kind of thing anymore. Why would you want to do that or regurgitate frogs? And then David Blaine comes along and says, I think that sounds awesome. And then he does it, and guess what? Turns out it's pretty awesome, actually. I do not suggest that you swallow lighter fluid or anything like that. It's really not particularly good for your throat or your stomach. David Blaine does what he does, and that's his call. I am not suggesting that you do that whatsoever. If you want to get into magic or you need some new magic, there is a link below in the description box to Vanishing Ink. This is an affiliate link, so if you do use it, it does help out the channel, and obviously we do appreciate that. I don't expect anybody to buy anything, but if you need to buy something, then please use that link because it helps us out. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please destroy the like button. If you want to see more, then hit subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when we release new videos. Thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.